vent overboard to maintain pressure.
Oh yeah, your boy made it. I made it.
The
yes.
Into the warmer
yes.
air, the humid air condenses into clouds.
Oh my goodness.
Similar.
I can't believe we made that one.
Pretty similar to when you have
the drill.
Glass of water.
Let's watch a rocket launch, boys.
And we also just heard the call out for the first stage LOX loading complete. Next up will be second stage.
We got Duncan.
About T-2 minutes. At T-minus a minute and a half, we then vent the pressure out of
Starlink
the
mission, baby. Let's
go.
go.
Transporter rector. So again, that excess chilled gas gets ejected out into the Florida air.
Got like
so
an ice,
more
it's iced coffee.
Of those white clouds forming around that time. We aim to finish prop loading on the first stage.
Lock throttle back.
I don't know. I obeyed all the traffic laws, Chris.
We aim to finish prop loading on the first stage by T-minus 3 minutes and
do the fast forward.
All
right.
2 minutes to minimize how long the liquid oxygen could start.
Okay, so we got a Falcon 9 launch, launching Starlink satellites. This is from pad 40.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Down at the Cape, then at Cape Canaveral. Yeah, this should be a barge landing if I'm remembering right. Sorry, I'm all out of sync because it's the day off, you know. Okay, there's the T vent. Oh man, we were way behind. Yep. Pretty much, Jay's Bean, yeah. There you go. All right.
Venting out, clearing those lines on the transporter.
Gotta clear the fuel lines out. Morning, Shadow. How are you? How is everybody? Cosmos with a 16-monther in there. Morning.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
Here we go.
And there's
Here we go.
That the Falcon 9's computers have taken over the launch countdown, just waiting for the final go from the launch director.
Looking good, Shadow. All right, let's see what we got.
LD, go for launch.
Launch director is
and
green.
And all systems are now go for launch, so let's listen into the terminal count and watch as Falcon 9 takes our 46 Starlink satellites to space.
T-minus 30 seconds.
Interesting, Thomas. 15.
T-minus 15.
Sound suppressor should turn on here in a moment.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Sound suppressor is on.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ignition.
Engines full power. Lift off.
That's the first time we've heard that
Starlink
call. All right, let's go. 11th flight for this booster.
Vehicle switching down range.
Not bad for a Monday.
M1D chamber pressure is nominal. Discovery, go at throttle up.
Everything looked good there, guys.
Falcon 9 has successfully lifted off from Space Launch Complex 40 at Cape Canaveral Space Force Station.
Power and telemetry nominal.
Carrying our stack of 46 Starlink satellites to low Earth orbit. Now, moments ago, we throttled down the engines, reducing the speed by decreasing the flow of fuel to the engine. That's in preparation for max Q, or maximum aerodynamic
Vehicle
pressure.
supersonic.
And we are coming up on
Thomas.
max Q in a few seconds here.
Maximum dynamic pressure.
Max Q.
And there's that call out that we've passed through max Q. Now, we do have 4 events coming up in quick succession.
Nice clear day in Florida. Look at that.
The main engine cutoff, or MECO, stage separation, second
There's
engine
39A
start
and 39B
1,
right
or
there. See that?
SES1, and then fairing deploy. So main engine cutoff is where all 9 of the M1D engines shut down to slow the vehicle down in preparation for the next event, which is stage separation. And that is where the first stage separates from the second stage. Right after stage separation, the first stage will start making its way back to Earth for landing. And while we are able to land the first stage, both on land and at sea on our drone ship, today we will attempt to recover the first stage on today's mission on our drone ship, a shortfall of gravitas. Now, while this is happening, Stage 2 will continue on its journey with the third event, which is SES-1, or Second Stage Engine Start 1. That's where the MVAC
Should be able to
engine
see all the way
lights
up
up
to
and
Daytona.
propels the second stage along with the Starlink satellites to orbit. In just a few seconds
Is that a
after
slushy?
that,
Iced
we'll
coffee.
have fairing deploy.
Nico.
Wait for that stage step.
Stage separation confirmed.
Stand by for the upper stage ignition. Sun is right in the camera because it's in the morning.
Ignition.
Stiffener ring separation was gravy. Everything looked good there. Stand by for the fairing.
Bearing separation confirmed.
Textbook.
And great views on your screen. We just saw MECO, stage separation, SES-1, and fairing deploy.
Yeah, Astro, I know.
On your left-hand screen is the first stage. Right-hand screen is a view of the MVAC engine. And those visual confirmations mean that we have successfully deployed our fairing halves. SpaceX has reflown Falcon fairing halves since 2019. And the fairing halves flying on today's mission are flying for the third time. Improvements on the fairing and our overall refurbishment process has decreased the impact of water
What's up,
landings
Greg? How you
and
doing?
led to an overall fairing recovery rate of 93% over the last 14 missions. Of 109 fairing missions, 73 have been recovered and 32 missions have flown recovered fairing halves. And again, we will be attempting to recover the halves
How did we
again
get here?
today using our recovery vessel, Doug.
Actually, this one is flying for the fourth time per the site. Nice. Nice, nice. All right. Doug.
Some great views here as Stage 2 heads towards its targeted drop-off orbit. Stage 1 will complete 2 burns in order to make its way back to Earth. The first
That's
is
some
the entry burn, where
solid
3
oxygen
of
just
those
sitting
9
on the,
M1D
film
engines will
cooling
reignite.
manifold.
That helps to slow
Nah,
stage
Greg, they
down
never
as
get
it
old. They're pretty
re-enters
cool.
back into the upper
How you doing,
parts
buddy?
of the Earth's atmosphere.
Acquisition signal, Bermuda.
Then the second burn for the first stage is the landing burn. This is a single engine burn, the center E9 engine, and that brings the vehicle speed down
Duh,
rapidly
Ilya.
in order to
Duh.
land on the drone ship.
Watch. It's going to do it.
Stage 2 is still looking good on a nominal trajectory. On your left-hand screen, you can see those grid fins on the first stage, helping to guide the vehicle back to its landing zone.
What is the material that looks like aluminum foil around the
Now, if you're
MVAC?
just now joining us, we've had a successful liftoff of Falcon.
So
9
this stuff right here,
from
it's
the
Mylar
Space
wrap.
Force
It's
Station.
insulated.
40 today.
Insulated material.
Right
So
now, you're
like
looking at a
you,
live
you say
view of
aluminum
the
foil, it's not that far off.
stage
Yeah,
over
it's
at
just
the
insulated material. They're just trying to keep the
And that was just a
Discovery,
call out
go
for
they're trying to
Cutoff.
keep the turbine machinery cool.
stage.
Like this part of the rocket engine gets really hot, so they try to keep this stuff up here cool. So they wrap the motor in insulation.
And today
Yep.
is the 38th
Too sunny
launch
to
of
see it from
Starlink
St. Pete
satellites
tourniquet? Yeah,
overall.
yeah. Hey,
The
Pete!
seventh mission of 2022,
29 months.
fourth Starlink mission of 2022, and the 145th total overall SpaceX launch.
Did she say the fourth Starlink mission?
We're just about a
This
minute
year?
away from the entry burn
Wow.
start on the first stage.
Everything looks fine, AP. It's pretty textbook up until now.
And the Merlin
What is the
engines
local time?
on the first stage are
9:48
optimized
a.m.
for sea level. These achieve 190,000 pounds of thrust during ascent. That's when we
I know,
lift
Chaos. It's
off
pretty- that's what-
or
that's what I mean.
fly
It's pretty nuts.
towards space, and descent, and that's when we come back down to Earth. Now, the
100th
MVAC engine is
recovery, too.
optimized for 220,500 pounds of thrust in vacuum, and that's what you're seeing on your right-hand screen.
It's about 900 kilonewtons of thrust, guys. Maybe probably it's a little bit more than that, but yeah, for the metric, folks.
You can see those grid fins on your left-hand screen on the first stage.
Yeah,
Falcon 9
Lars,
is
right?
equipped with 4 hypersonic grid fins positioned near the top of the first stage. And stage 1 is using nothing but the grid fins for steering as it makes its way,
Supersonic retro propulsion.
as it makes its return back to Earth. That is until we light the center E9 engine. Then we can gimbal the engine to help guide the stage as
Wait
it
for
lands.
it. Wait for it. It's the
And
best
we're
part.
coming up on that entry
Heat
burn
shield,
here in
baby.
a few seconds.
I'm gonna use fire as my heat shield.
Stage 1 FTS has saved.
Flight termination systems on the first
Stage 1
stage.
entry burn
We're
startup.
locked out. There it is.
We heard the call out, and
there
you
it
can
is.
visually see that
Stage
the
2 FTS has saved.
That's the heat shield.
visually see
It's the
that
best
the
part.
entry burn has begun on the first stage.
Stage 2
So
continues
cool.
to follow nominal trajectory.
So cool.
Great callouts on stage 2.
Supersonic retro propulsion. The entry burn.
Entry burn.
Stage 1, entry burn shutdown.
All right.
There it is. It's just a 20-second burn, and as you can see,
Falcon 9
her,
has no heat shield because the
entry
rocket
burn has
engines are the heat
concluded.
shield.
Next up will be the
That's the
landing
best part of
burn,
that.
and that'll be the
They never
final
they
burn
never
for
say
the
this.
first stage as it returns back to.
They never talk about it, man. What that thing just did is I mean, it fired its engines to slow itself down, but it also pushes the entry heating away from the rocket with the rocket engine exhaust. It's the best part. That's the best part.
Burns, it generates.
That's so
that
metal.
soot. And as you just saw,
That's
with the
fighting
entry
plasma
burn,
with fire. We're not
the
even
Falcon
fighting
9
fire with
vehicle,
fire. We're fighting plasma with
flies
fire.
through its plume, and that's how it generates
It's
the
awesome.
soot onto the vehicle.
Freaking awesome.
We are just about 20 seconds or so away from that
I don't
landing
know,
burn
Ilya. Not
beginning on
sure.
the first stage. And as
The
we
knights who
touch
say
down, we will also have
Launch.
SECO 1, or second stage engine
Now we're the
cutoff
knights who
1,
say
on second
supersonic
stage.
retro
So
propulsion.
we should hear some callouts for that as we are landing on a
Добрый вечер,
shortfall
Привет.
of gravitas
Привет.
today.
Stage 1, landing burn.
Okay, get us a drone ship view. Come on, Jamie. Let's go. Oh, thank you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Oh, come on. You got this.
Stage 1, leg deploy.
Come on. No. Ah. Come back. Please. Please come back.
Stage 1, landing confirmed.
Seco 1.
We have SECO 1 and landing confirmed. Wait for the shot.
And great news, we heard that Falcon 9 has landed, touchdown on a shortfall of gravitas. We also
Yeah!
have on your screen.
Awesome. Hell
Incredible
yeah.
view of the
Oh,
vehicle
it's, dude, it's
standing
dead
tall.
center.
Insertion.
Ian, it's dead
And
center.
we
You
also
see
had
that?
SECO 1 as well as that call
Man.
right there. Let us know that we had a good orbit.
Right on the money.
Great news overall. We
Mark,
are now
63
awaiting the
months.
deployment of our 46
Yeah,
Starlink
right, Chief.
satellites, which is scheduled to occur about an hour from now. Now, as I mentioned before, we won't have live audio or visual confirmation of payload deployment due to lack of ground station coverage. We will regain signal with our ground station at T plus 1 hour and 19 minutes. So for those of you who are interested, we will keep the audio only
Yeah, she's-
countdown
yeah,
that's up on our
she's a
YouTube
little bit to
channel.
one side,
And we'll
little bit.
confirm successful payload deployment on our social channels. So that will bring our webcast to a close today.
Also signal Cape and Bermuda.
Our team at SpaceX would like to send a big thank you to the Range and Federal Aviation Administration for supporting our mission. Of course, thank you to all of you, our viewers, and all of our Starlink customers using our service at this time. And if you're interested in signing up for Starlink service, head over to starlink.com. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you, Peter. Well, that was nice. That's a good way to start the morning, huh? Or good thing for lunch break or something for Europeans. I'll head over to don'ttrashmysky.com. Oh, man. They better do the astronomy guys right by putting up like a open source like observation satellite or something, huh? Tea time? Oh, for you guys, yeah. I was like, nah, we don't, Meerkat, we don't do that over here. Just like that, to space and back. How easy has it become? Unreal, Chief.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Dude, that's why I make it a thing to try and cover every Falcon launch, because what you just saw on your screen cannot be understated. That it went to space. It just went to space and back. Like that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And it's done that 140 times, 146 times. No problem. Just whatever. I mean, Falcon 9's gone to space, and it's come back 100 times. 145 times to space, come back 100 times. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No, you don't want to... No, Max, yeah, you don't want to swim in that harbor. Open source Starship space telescope. Yeah, Lunprod. They should do that. That'd be sweet. Go Explorer is using a ship using the same design as Go Pursuit. Oh, it's beautiful. I have to go to space now. Be back in 10 minutes. Wouldn't it be something, Jay, if that was the thing soon? Man. Electro, yeah, Falcon 9 is gone. Jesse said during the cast there, 146 times, 100th recovery. That booster itself has flown 11 times. Those fairings have flown 4 times. How did it, and right after she said that, I was like, how did we get here? Dude, I remember the first landing. That was not that long ago. It was in 2015, so it's seven years? Well, it's more like 6. In 6 years, they've landed 100 rockets. Wow. What the heck? Man. That's, that's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I saw the first one land. I was there. It's crazy. How did we get here? Yeah, War Hero, like... Man, that's just... Yeah. What percentage of Falcon 9 launches were Starlink? Less than half, JSpeed, I can tell you that. Less than half. How long until affordable space tourism, in your opinion? Greg, we're still a little ways off. Starship is going to be the one that does that, dude. If Elon has his way, right? Like, I mean, Starship's going to be... I mean, what they're aiming for 747 price points, dude. So a Starship will cost as much as a 747 to buy, operate, etc., etc. I mean, if they hit 747 price points, then... I mean, Greg, I've talked about this, dude. Like, and this is right up your alley, man. You'll know this. Like, so... And it's kind of chicken or the egg kind of thing, dude. Do you make a fully reusable rocket because there's market demand? Do you make it out of a need for demand, or do you make it in anticipation of market demand? Right? Like, dude, those are two way different things. Like, one is a solution to a problem. The other one is a problem to a solution. You know what I mean? Like, it is... I mean, if you're making it an anticipation of demand, everyone's going to call you a wacko for spending billions of dollars on this venture that might not work, you know, like in this day and age, because nobody has any balls, you know what I mean? If you build it, you will come. It's true. I mean, Henry Ford did the same thing with the automobile, right? Like, nobody needed an automobile in 1900. But everyone needed an automobile in 1920, you know? Like, that's, dude, I don't know. How long are we going to get? Well, it took Henry Ford 20 years with a car. SpaceX started Starship. The Starship project really started to kick off in its current form, like, 2018? 2018 is when they started making grain silos. It was carbon fiber before that. So 2018 is when they started making grain silos. So yeah, I'd give it about 20 years. So 2038. Yeah, I would say that about 2038, somewhere around there, if I had to guess. I didn't know I needed an iPhone until Jobs made it. Bingo. Do you work in anticipation of demand, or do you work because there's high demand and you need a solution, right? Most transportation systems, right? To get like serious for a second, most transportation systems they're not made because of a need. Maybe the ship, maybe like a boat or a ship was made because we needed to cross the oceans and stuff, right? But like cars, no. Trains, George Stephenson is the guy that invented like the train, and everybody called it a gimmick. You know what I mean? Then it wasn't a gimmick. Same with Henry Ford and the automobile. I mean, Benz invented the first automobile. Daimler-Benz was the first one. And then Henry Ford figured out a way to make it faster, right? So we didn't need that until we needed it, you know? And then Henry Ford came up with the idea of just putting a flatbed on the back of the car and made the pickup truck, and that was the end of that. Need for tractors? Bingo. Yeah, tractors, you know, I mean, a horse and plow can do it, right? Like, so it's going to take some time, but I don't know. I think we could get it to airplane. I think SpaceX could get it to airliner prices probably about 20 years. Yeah. Well, 2018 was 4 years ago, so 16 years from now, I'd say would be a pretty reasonable estimation. I mean, no, John, it's already gone and went. Why would I buy a tractor when I have a perfectly good ox, right? Yep. It's already gone, man. They moved that time up on me. I had a doctor's appointment. I had to rush home. Yeah, fellas, you already went? I mean, the second stage still has yet to deploy the satellites, but SpaceX cut the cast. So, yeah, Greg, I would say 20 years. Do you think that's right? I mean, that's just based off of past transportation avenues. And I know I can't, you know, no economist can predict the future, right? Like, must live 20 more years. Dude, I'll be there. History doesn't repeat, it rhymes. Never repeats in the exact same way. But Phil, I do understand what you're saying. You're right. Yeah, Spiffy, I mean, this is... In 20 years, I'll be 44. Dude, we'll get there. See, Falcon 9 ain't going anywhere for a while. Falcon 9 is like grandfathered in. That's tech that ain't going anywhere. You know? It's not going anywhere. Starship, I don't think, is at that point. Starship still could not be a thing. But, I mean, you guys know Elon talks about probability all the time. You know that every chance he gets, he will improve the probability of success of Starship. That's his own words. So, Chris, I hope we just don't have another Walt Disney type of thing with Epcot. Yeah, no, I'm with you on that one. Please, that would be a nightmare. That would be a nightmare. So at what point do we get back to like shuttle-like launch systems? I think with Starship that moment is rapidly approaching, but you know, like once again, we can't predict the future. You don't know what the future holds, so it's amazing to me the impatience of today. It takes time to fine-tune things. First planes were way different than the ones today. Yeah, right on. Planning on driving down for the SLS launch. Yeah, that actually reminds me. I got to go work on the truck. What happened with Disney and Epcot? Walt Disney got sick, and he couldn't build the Epcot city that he wanted to. Disney World wasn't bought to make a bunch of theme parks. The land in Florida was bought to make a prototype city. That's what Walt Disney wanted to do. That was his Starship project. It's not I don't think it's a truck stream. I can't. My buddy's yard has terrible cell signal, or I would have streamed from it already. Parasp! 14-month resub. I don't know if I'll be able to stream it, guys. I gotta go fix the key. I'm fixing the ignition on the F-250 today. I'm not going to stream working on the truck. That, like, once again, fellas, the reception there is caca. Isn't that what they're trying to do with those themed neighborhoods now? No. Walt Disney's original Epcot idea was like taking... It would be like taking the Las Vegas Convention Center with CES going on, building a city on top of that, right? And then building a theme park on top of that, and then building a city around it. Dude, here. You want to read more about it, go here. I'll post the link in chat. Go there. You want to read about how crazy that project... I mean, Walt Disney was gnarly, dude. It was an awesome project. Look at that. It would have been a convention center, Disney World, and a city all combined into one. Dude, it was way, way ahead of its time. Oh, that would have been so freaking cool. That's what he bought all the land in Disney World for. And the thing would have been in a couple of different phases. The first phase was to build the Magic Kingdom down there, build a theme park in the Seven Seas Lagoon. That part actually happened. But Walt passed away and his brother finished it, and Disney World opened in 1971. And his brother, Roy, worked on it until 1971, and then right when the Magic Kingdom was completed, phase 1, he croaked too, and then Disney became what it is today. Well, there was Eisner and Michael Eisner and a couple other people, but yeah, it's dude, read about the original Epcot. It would have been gnarly. How would you update it through the years, though? I don't know. How do they update the parks through the years, man? Yeah, Chris, I don't know. Hey, lead by example, right? This is why I do what I do. I built Epcot in cities. We built it in cities, and why I always try to push the envelope, dude. With every building game that we play, or Kerbal or whatever, I try to dream big every single time to show you that it can be done. You know, and I mean, Starship is a great example of that. That's his Epcot, and that's what people in chat are saying. You know, like you don't want it to Epcot again. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I won't jinx it. I have see what logo I have here? See what logo I have on my shirt? I'm not jinxing nothing. Knock on wood. And this desk is wood. Now we need to build it. You want to build Epcot in the Minecraft server? Oh yeah, Pipe. What's up, brother? I got my donkeys today. I've been out and about. The Avs play the Bees today? Hell yeah. We need an alt history movie where Walt lives. Yeah. Should do a VFT to Disney and Epcot. Maybe. Yeah, this is iced. I have an iced mocha latte from Dunkin' today. Yeah, I know. I splurged a little bit. I usually drink engineering juice, which is just coffee. Hot. You need your Red Sox hat? Oh, jeez. It's so good it'll make you lisp. Hey, let's not lisp shame people, huh? Engineering juice. Just straight coffee, no milk, no sugar. Looks like frickin' motor oil. Nice pile of scrap on the left there. Somebody already said this on Twitter, Thomas, but man, what an album cover. What an album cover, man. You know what this reminds me of? It's just the lighting and everything. This reminds me of the album cover for Who's Next.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Same energy. Yeah, they took 21-22 and they put it out to pasture with Booster 5, 15, and 16. Now there's 3 of them. Yeah. The thing that always makes me go, about Epcot is what would happen to the cost of living there. With every square foot meticulously planned, the land prices could quickly race out of control. New York City on steroids. People still live in New York City. They pay for the exclusivity. I think Epcot would be insanely profitable even today. BXD. Jeez. All right. All right, guys. I got stuff to do today. Oh, Mission Space Tourniquet. Hell yeah. Mission Space was... And Tara, thank you for the sub. 57. Thanks, man. Bummer, I often miss these things. Yep. Yeah, Thomas, I hope they... I mean, it's funny how they have their own rocket garden, but... See, you know... Okay, real quick before I leave. Everybody's wondering, like, oh my gosh, they're just going to scrap it? They're just going to put it out to pasture? What the heck's going on? Guys, that's nothing new for SpaceX, to be honest. So, you know, having a bunch of extras and prototypes and you know, the rapid prototyping and mass assembly stuff, like this is normal for SpaceX. So check this out. I'll show you what I mean. If anybody that's ever gone snooping around Hawthorne on Google Earth, here, take a look. So there's SpaceX's headquarters, right? But you gotta go, if you go down the street a little bit, over here, and then you look at this parking lot right here, there's all kinds of fun stuff in here. All kinds of prototypes, jigs, Falcon 9 parts. That didn't work. There's a landing leg right there. This is nothing new. Seriously, you could go around Hawthorne any particular time. You find just parking lots full of all the old Falcon 9 like parts, because they replace parts and they prototype all the time. Here, let's go like look at it in 2016. Look at how much stuff is in there. There's a Falcon 1 just sitting in there. See it right there? See, look at all the Falcon 9 parts. They're everywhere. Start picking them out. There's the trailers for moving Falcon 9 around via truck right there. So that's the front of the trailer. That's the back of the trailer. See, there's the Falcon 1. SpaceX had an extra Falcon 1 lying around. There's just freaking parts everywhere. See? Look at all the octawebs. There's 3 octawebs sitting right there. That's a Falcon 9 thrust structure. They're all over the place. There's just parts everywhere. And that's just down the street from SpaceX over here. Hey, what up? What up, 1019? Just chilling. And then there's the Boring Company's tunnel right there. Boring Company tunnel. You can actually like see into it. Look. Why is it leaning? Yeah. And then the Boring Company tunnel comes out down here. See? There's the exit. Freaking elevator. Remember Leaning Tower at Tycom? Yep. Is that a private runway right next door? No, that's Hawthorne Airport. So the reason why there's a runway here and why it's so close, right, is because, well, the name of this road right here will probably give that away. That's Jack Northrop Avenue. Right there. Yeah, that should pretty much tell you what this was used for. This was Northrop's world headquarters for a long time. And SpaceX bought it. And now most of this is SpaceX. Not all of it, but most of it. If I'm remembering correctly. Oh yeah, that's definitely a factory. Definitely an airplane factory. But now it's a private airport, too. There's a pretty cool little restaurant to eat at right there. And then there's Rocket Road right there. Yep. That's where Falcon 9 is made, in this building. All the engineering gets done right there. Or got done right there, I should say. I hope there will be a Hyperloop tunnel built from the USA to the UK. That'd be kind of cool, Raj. I'm not going to lie. Elon wants Raptor 2 on the vehicle soon. Most likely the same reason Booster 8 is already being stacked, with Booster 7 still awaiting the thrust puck. Yeah. And once again, fellas, the point that I'm trying to make is that... The point I'm trying to make is that this... Dude, this is nothing new. If you're wondering why they're throwing so many parts away... This is nothing that they haven't been doing. I'm telling you, if you go back and you look at Hawthorne in the early days when they were making Falcon 9, it looks like Boca Chica, but just inside. There's just parts everywhere. Like, you go look at the early SpaceX footage here. Here, take a look. This is really old footage. This is 15 years ago almost. See? Just parts lying around. Looks exactly the same. Hardware-rich, iterative development. Yeah, see, just parts just lying around. That's the copper part, inner copper part of the engine right there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, see? Just plumbing, just pipes sitting around. I'm surprised Falcon 9 has never performed a Spinala with those machines. Spinala. Yep, see? Just parts lying around everywhere, dude. That ain't anything new. They've been doing that. That's just how that's how they made Falcon 9. We just didn't have the privilege of seeing it. L plan revealed today as well. Say what? Yeah. How long until launch? It's already happened. Bobber, yeah. Alpine F1 car. I was like, L plan? What? What does that mean? Anyway. Is that Haas manufacturing equipment in any way related to Gene Haas? Yeah. Yeah. That's how Gene Haas has money. Haas Automation. He makes CNC machines. You don't know El Plan? Should I have known El Plan? I didn't know his background at all. Yeah, that's how he made money. He makes CNC machines. Just know he's big in racing. Yeah, man. Spinala. Oh man, jeez. Oh, just on a side note. Oh man. Oh god. Oh, look at that Ferd. That nice old Ferd. Alright, fellas, I gotta go. I got stuff to do today. So, nice little pony at the front. Yeah, I like that. Space racing? Jeez. El Plan is the meme that Alonso is getting back to F1 and then winning a world driving Oh, El Plan. Yeah. It can't be a Mustang. It's not in a crowd. Drove through a crowd of cars. Does that help? All right, dudes. That's going to do it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow at noontime. I got some other stuff to do today. So, thank you very much. I hope you guys enjoyed the launch coverage, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody, okay? Or, well, no, not good night. It's the morning. Or it's the day for everybody, at least. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow.